2B, the newest addition to Granblue Fantasy Versus, is an extremely unique character due to having no dash attack buttons whatsoever, her own unique special bar which has no special cooldowns, and a 4th auto combo button which changes by pressing light, medium, or heavy. Today, I want to show you all the tips and tricks that I know on how to master 2B. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so let's first talk about what makes 2B so unique as a character. So first things first, she doesn't have a dash attack, just as I mentioned in the intro, and the other thing that she does not have that other characters have is a close and a far range button. What do I mean by that? This button right here is her far L, but it is also her close L, and it's the same for this. It's the same for this, it's the same for this. So that's one of the unique things that she has over other characters, and she also has an unlimited special bar. What I mean by that is I can just keep pressing this over and over without needing anything. The only thing I have to worry about is the skill gauge itself that is like charging up over time. But you are able to just spam a certain special like multiple times if you feel like it. So I can do this, and then I can do like another one if I felt like it. I can do like light, right? So that usually like always works. Now that we've gone over like what makes her unique, let's talk about her normals and how you would like to use them. 5L is a pretty good button by itself you can use. However, it is only +2, unlike other characters who have +4. You're gonna have a difficulty like trying to frame trap automatically with anything. Like this, for example, can get mashed on. This can get mashed on. The only thing you can really do is light, or light 2L. It's like the only thing really. However, if you do manage to get a hit, you can go into like a 4-button auto combo no problem from like pretty much like any distance. But yeah, this really isn't the greatest, unfortunately, but we can work with it. Another one is 2L, which I actually think is a pretty good button. It can be used to escape the corner into a full auto combo that you can use right here, like whatever. So that can work. That's like pretty solid overall. And also, it's just a good poke. If you're close up, you're trying to like punish your opponent for trying to walk back or anything. That is usually what I'll be using this for. And now let's go over the auto combos. Auto combos have 3 different variations on everything. So on medium, heavy, and light, they are all available. For the light versions, we have light. It's right here, which is just regular one. Then we have the medium one, it's a retreat, and then we have this one, which is a baseball bat that you can use. And funny enough, you can actually use all of these versions by themselves if you just press the button once. If I press light right here, I'll press medium, I'll get the medium version. If I press heavy, I'll get the heavy version, which is a baseball minigame right here that I can do in order to send it to my opponent, which is also something that's really good overall. But yeah, let's talk about what they're used for. So this one is just used for as your combo ender, like whenever you just get like a combo and you hit your opponent. The medium version is used as a retreat. So if you are in a block string right here and you were to end it, you were -6, right? Or even worse right here would be also be -6 again. So what you would like to do is you would like to have this as a retreat option. That is usually it, because now you're only -2 and you have a lot of distance, as you can see. For the heavy version, you just want to make sure that if you land this, you can just combo into it at best. You are pretty plus if you get your opponent to just wait on the hit by itself. Like right here, you're +3, which is good. But overall, like I don't really use it for that. I just use either light or light medium. That's like basically it. Okay, let's talk about the medium buttons. Her 2M is actually really good. It reminds me of Carolina's 2M a lot because it's just easy to hit confirm into, and it has really good range. And this is usually your button you want to use if somebody tries to like dash at you. So if you have somebody trying to 6L you a lot at a distance, you can try to start using 2M into 2-1-4. So if I hit Carolina right here, as you can see, I'll be able to do that. And also it wall bounces, so I can force another combo with light right after. I can do light, whatever, right? Like whatever I really feel like doing at that time, whatever is optimal. So that button's really good. I like using that one a lot in neutral especially. 5M is also super good as a whiff punish button because it pushes you forward. So if you're fighting against somebody right here who uses like, for example, this, right? You can dash inwards and then punish them for it. It's also one of your main damage buttons that you want to do. So it's just really good to use in general if you are able to get it. Let's talk about the variations again for auto combos. So for medium into light, we have this retreat option that we had for the light version. And then for medium right here, we have this, which is just a quick ender that usually just works in certain combos and strings. And for heavy, we have an extended version which just does more damage. So usually you always want to go for the H version here if you can, but if there are niche situations where you can't, going for M is usually the best. And again, if you need a retreat option, you have it now, but you can only use that. So for heavy, this is like my favorite button to use on 2B, 5H. I think this button is really good because if we had a hard time like with punishing this is going to be like an easy time right here to do it. And also it links into like combos and everything. This is like your main damage button you would like to use if you can. And I just really prefer this move over like pretty much everything in neutral. It is slow. You have to account for the fact that it is slow. But it stuffs so many buttons in the game. And also if you're in the corner right here, it's extremely good. Because like you can reach from so far away. Same as 2H. 2H also extremely good anti-air, super far reach. If somebody jumps over you, they're guaranteed to get hit no matter what. When it comes to the H variations, HHH and to L is just a baseball. HHH into M is the finisher on M, and HHH into H is basically the baseball without any commitment. This combo by itself is really good when your opponent is in the air because it allows for a follow-up like this. So if I were to do, for example, I will be able to use this and then continue the combo. Right here at the combo limit, but you get my point, right? Like you're able to continue a combo off of the baseball alone. So that one's really good. Medium is just a finisher. And for H, you only want to use this if you can just finish guaranteed and don't want to risk the baseball or anything. That is usually what I use it for. Extremely niche. I never really use this, but if I had to, that is what I would use it as. Okay, let's go over her unique buttons. So her unique button is a parry and a dash back that you can use. So essentially what it allows you to do is if somebody mashes buttons like right here, you'll be able to get a parry and then take your turn back. You cannot get a direct punish with it, unfortunately, most of the time, which I'm not a fan of. I don't think this is like really like used as a genuine parry. It's not really that good. The backdash can be good if you just want distance from your opponent, but usually what I think it is used for best is to use it for a pressure canceling. What you can do is you can press parry for like 4 skill bars and then you can reset the situation. You could do, for example, this, like whatever button you want into a parry change, and you can go for like a guaranteed throw. Like a very, very hard to react to throw because this is a frame 20 startup and we have 4 frames of the throw itself, right? So if you can barely react to this if you're looking for it, but it is hard. And even if you are, I can always just press a jab or like a button that like hits like later. So this is usually what I use the parry for, not necessarily to actually parry, but to just like push my advantage even further. If I were to get like plus frames right here, I would then do this and then I could go for a throw. That'd be like something just in general you can go for. 2 unique, it's just a sweep just like any other else in the game. Nothing too crazy, just a pretty good one by itself. Also solid range, decent range. If somebody tries to shimmy you right here, you can use this to take your turn. I'm a fan of this one personally. It's just good. Now that we went through all the normals, let's go over all the specials. 2-1 for L is just basically a hit confirm, as I said, and it wall bounces. This is just usually what I use it for. 2-1 for M is a tether. This is actually really good because it also deals as 2 things, as a anti-zoning tool and as a combo extender. So if I were to have Catalina like press a fireball right here, I'll be able to go over it. I'll just be able to go straight through it if I think she's gonna do it or anything, and I would have no worries whatsoever. So that's what it can be used for. And then it can also be used as a just general gap closer. So if I'm able to hit my opponent here because they want to do anything that works, if I press 236 unique, I can combo afterwards, and you will see that's going to be very useful later on in combos. 2-1 for H, this is also another combo extender because it just leads into medium, medium, medium. So if you hit this sweet spot right here, I'm then able to confirm it to medium. So basically, I'll be able to continue the combo right here and then just go from there, right? So that's usually what it's used for. It's just a combo extender. 2-1 for unique. This is just a DP. That's basically it. You just want to use this to get out of the corner if you're ever in a dire situation. That's what it's used for. Next, 236L. This usually is used in block strings. So if I'm doing a space trap right here, I can position myself perfectly so if Catalina were to press something, I'll be able to punish right here. You see? That's usually what I like to use it for. I'll be able to punish right there, I'll be able to go about my day, and then just do that. So that's what I use it for. That's like the only usage I've really found for it. Sometimes it can be good to like stop people's approaches, but that's kind of like it. 236M, very quick full screen projectile. Frame 22, incredibly good, also plus 0. This is just something you want to use for just guaranteed damage. Like if somebody dashes at you like from a far distance, you can just keep them away. And you can also force like a jumping game where they like try to jump over it or like spot touch over it. So it's pretty good. 236H, this one's really good. This is like the main way your combos are being set up because it guarantees like a wall bounce. So if we do anything right here, I could continue the combo by itself because of that, and then I could do whatever from this point forward, right? So that's what I like to use it for. That's pretty good as a wall bounce, just combo extender, everything like that. 236U, this is probably her best one because I can get a full screen button. It's a full screen projectile, reaches really fast, and also I can tether onto my opponent to get a full combo afterwards. It's not just like I'm only getting this, but I am getting a full combo by itself. Also, another thing that's really good is that it can be used in combos. So what I can do is I can use this right here, and then I can do all of that, and I can combo extend because of it, right? So that is like really, really good. It can be used as a combo extender, it can be used full screen. This is just the best unique that she has really out of everything. A 2-2 light. This is another thing that I want to use in block strings. So if I'm like right here and I want to pressure my opponent with plus frames, I can do that for free. And another thing that it's good for is if we have somebody on throw here or just in knockdown, see, I can make it more plus. So I can actually like get good OQ out of this one. So that's what it's usually used for. It's usually used for as a pressure reset or as Okizeme. 2-2M, very, very niche usage, but it is a gravity pull that this can mostly be used after like a certain combo. And because it can force plus frames here over and over again. And safe jabs, they have to use level 50 or level 100 either to get out, right? So that's good by itself. This 2-2H, I've only found like some niche usage for it if like I hit like an anti-air or something. But usually I'm not a fan of this. You can't really use any other specials, so if I want to go for like whatever, it's not possible. It can cause a wall bounce though for free if you are setting any. 2-2U, this is also just another setup move. Most of the 2-2 stuff is all just like setup based. It is very, very setup based, and you can get like a strike throw scenario here, or like a sweep afterwards if you're trying to like do anything. But yeah, usually like you just want to use the setup and its plus frames. Like right here, for example, you'd be using it as a guaranteed high-low, and see if you hit the opponent for it, something like that. As for your supers, we have a regular super that you can use, just invincible. Same with this one, SSB-A, you can use the same thing, and the last one is self-destruct, and the only time I would use self-destruct is if I want to unlock the ass DLC. So if you're just somebody who's like, oh, I really want to do it because it's like I'm on my horny shit, go for it, go crazy, right? Now let's actually go over what is the game plan that you want to have with 2B in general. So let's talk about neutral. Mostly neutral, what I try to be around is a medium range. Anywhere like around here or far away. Why? Because most of her specials that are used that are good, like the tether for example, are best to be used at a far range. This one's best to be used at a far range. This is a hit confirm is best to be used in mid range, right? Anything like that, even like something like the gravity field, you usually just want to pull people towards you if anything. And that's just what I use it for. So I like to stay around this range, and the buttons I like to use in neutral are 2M. This is like the main one that I like to use. Bar M or just M in general, and then H. These are the three. So I would be using this to mainly whiff punish, this if people would approach me, and then this as like if I get like a general hit or like a better hit that I want to fish for, and 2H to anti-air. Those are like the main ones that I like to go for. And also as soon as you have 50 meter, you start using this, and you fool around with this as well, so you can just get your turn against zoning characters, and against rushdown characters you can use 236U pretty well, right? So those are my main approaches that I like to use in neutral. Now when it comes to advantage states, we do have some options, but I will just give you a general idea of what you can do. Regular light pressure, so you can go for 2L into 5L into like whatever, 5L, 2L, 5L, also another option, right? And this like usually the main thing you can go for because you cannot go for anything else. You can only go for like a strike throw here per se, where you can try to like walk back and like shimmy your opponent, but from a frame data perspective, there's very, very few things 2B can do besides going for her parry. So you have the option of light, and then going for a throw right here, or light into trying to use like any special. So you can do this, the special reset, right? Or even if you're like far enough away, you can try to go for something like a tether. You can do 1, 2, tether, you're plus because of it, right? So you can extend like your pressure, and then just keep them away as that goes. But yeah, for pressure in general, she doesn't have too much, unfortunately. When it comes to disadvantage, 2B's disadvantage, in my opinion, is pretty weak, because the only way she's able to really get out is by using this, which is just her DP. And sometimes you can use the pod to get out, but pod I haven't even mentioned yet because I don't really think it's that useful. You can use pod at best for like a throw bait, but it is very, very, very tight in terms of timing. So there's not really too much you're going to be able to get off of it. And even if you are getting a hit, it's not going to get too much because it's not going to have enough plus frames. So yeah, you can try to use the pod to get out and then swap it off. You can try to super jump out. 2L is something you can use, but it's mostly like having exact knowledge of what the opponent wants to do in order to get out. It basically boils down to hit your DP, hit your super, and use 2 unique if they are going for a shimmy attempt. That's usually what it boils down to for the most part for a disadvantage state. Okay, so now what I'm going to be showing you are the main combos that I use on 2B and some other setups. So thank you so much for watching up until now. If you're interested in any direct help, I do offer coaching on Metafy, and during this week right now we have a 20% discount going on, the link in the description plus the code in the description. And without further ado, thank you so much for watching, enjoy the combos, and I hope you have fun playing 2B. Have a good one.